Everyone, welcome back to Game Room Crafts. My name is Kelly. This is my game room. Let's play. Unfortunately, I started without you. I don't know what happened. I thought I pressed play or record, and I guess I must have missed the button. What I've done here is I've taken everybody's favorite tray. That's what I'm calling it. That's my personal name for this. Everybody's favorite tray. It's like one of the basic trays that everybody gets in their beginner's kit, and it's great. I love it. I mean, it's useful. You can use it in your bathroom. You can use it in your bedroom. You can use it on your work desk. I do. I have my pens and little like memory cards, memory sticks sitting in trays by my computer. So what I've done is I've taken everybody's favorite tray, and I have used a stencil that I got at the Dollar Tree. And it looks like this. I cut out the owl because the owl is a good representation of autumn for me anyway. Actually, when you Google autumn images, owls come up quite often. And I think it might be because of the colors, because, brown, oranges. But of course, I'm not necessarily playing on everybody else's color wheel. So my owl is color shift. He has a combination of red, orange, yellow chameleon powder, and also flashing brown, red, purple chameleon powder. Now, I don't know that these colors will show up because the original plan was to do this tray in mixed mold. And I don't know, to me, it seems like mixed to mold kind of swallows chameleon powders and micas and things like that. And by the way, what I did was I had taped my stencil down because this unfortunately is not a self-sticking. I want to get some self-sticking like the silk screens, the self-adhesive silk screen images. I've seen Claire from Claire's Crafty Corner use them before, and they're just great. And I want to get me some, but I don't have any at the moment. So I used my little Dollar Tree image and I taped it down just on the top and bottom edge. And then I took my two powders. I put the, I want to say I put the red, orange, yellow on the lower half, which would be the ruffle feathers and his wings and feet. And then I put the flashing brown, red, purple on the upper half from his beak up to the top of his head. And I just used the makeup sponge. I shook a little out on it and I used the makeup sponge to kind of blend it in to the spaces on the stencil. When I was done, I removed the stencil with the tape, and then now I'm just cleaning it up. And honestly, the cleanup is taking longer than the application. It usually is that way, isn't it? You just put a little alcohol down and go where you didn't want powder. And there is powder everywhere, let me just tell you. Trying not to get a little too crazy because I don't want to have to reapply anything. Yeah, see, I have powder where I don't want. That's actually where the tape was up on the top. And I even got some down in the side. I'm actually kind of thinking about putting something down in the lip down here where the lip of the tray goes. Let's see. What would I put? Thing is, we do have purple shift up there. So I could put purple glass. But if I'm doing mixed mold, that's going to disappear. So if I switch, I think I will switch. I will change my mind. Midstream, stop, reverse, let's start again. Instead of doing mixed mold, I'm going to do resin. And I think what I will do, put the purple glass in. And these chameleon powders really pop when you use black. So I think I'm just going to use purple glass on the bottom and then back the whole thing in black. If that works, yay! This is my first time ever trying one of these stencil-y things, and I hope it works because I have some really other pretty ones that came with that set. They're like flowers and a butterfly, so that's what I'm hoping for. So let me go collect my stuff since I switched channels real and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I am mixing up a total of 150 milliliters of Bond Crafter 1-to-1 resin. And I've split it. I took out 50, so I have here 100. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add black mica powder. This is from Recollections, so Michaels, available everywhere. Well, everywhere you have a Michaels. I'm going to put 2 little scoops. They're not huge. So what I'm going to do is get that mixed in. I'm wetting it with my resin before I stir it because I don't want it poofing in my face. All right. So that get mixed up, and then I'm going to add some dark violet extra fine glitter. Just just to give it a little sparkle. Now, this is not necessarily for Halloween or spooky season, but it definitely is autumn, and I thought the sparkle would be great for a night sky, like the stars shining behind it. But rather than having the plain old silver or white, I thought I'd do dark purple. But I actually think the white would look really pretty in there. I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna put some glitz in here instead of the dark violet, because I am going to be using the Ashland Purple Decorative Filler. This is, you find that in the floral section at Michael's. Yes, today's a Michael's day. That is going to go around the edge, the lip of our tray. But before I do that, I'm going to add some glitz in here. Now this is a holographic, extra fine white glitter. Yeah, oh, I think that would be nice. If we're trying to simulate the night sky, I think that's nice. I think that might be enough. I like the idea of that. I really, really do. But I think I want to put some of this, and it's not holographic. It's just extra fine white glitter. I want some white to show. And that other one, the glitz, is very pretty. But really, you don't see the white. You see the blue and the... So hopefully that's not too much. Get all of that off of there. I'm going to stick that in my bubbler while I'm working on my glass. I'm not going to bother sticking my resin that's going in the glass in the bubbler, only because you're going to get bubbles anyway. So what's the point? Okay, so here is it's already been mixed, 50 milliliters of the One Crafter 1-to-1. And rather than dumping my glass in it, I'm going to put my glass in a separate cup and then pour my resin over it and mix it in, because I don't want to have too much. I can always add some more, but I can't subtract it, I'm going to pour me some clear in there and get a stick and just wet all of that glass. And this is the one that I purchased that was already colored. I have some that the following year, because I didn't buy enough of this in the year that I purchased it. This is my last one, and they don't sell it in this size anymore. They sell it in a smaller bottle. And it's not that color anymore. It is a lighter, more like a violet. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put just a tad bit more resin, because I want it to be able to kind of flow around in there. I might have to make up some more, and I don't mind that. I'd rather do that than make up too much and then have to find things to do with it. So these are going in that lip, and I'm just using my stick to poke it down to the bottom where I want it.
A little while later.
Oh, I think that's good. Okay, so I have this leftover glass, and I have these molds that I have to test out. I just made them, and I want to make sure that they're, good. They are turtles. So since I have this leftover glass, I'll just put the glass in the shell of the turtle. Yes, surprise. I ended up with purple and black again. Seems to be my go-to colors recently. And I'm sure it has to do with the fact that we just came out of a spooky season. Okay, so that's one turtle shell. We're just going to leave it like that. And this one's tiny. Hopefully this is not too much. I would like it to be just perfect. I'm just trying to do the shell. I'm not trying to do the whole turtle. The shell is tiny. Get it on your fin, mister. I don't want it in your fin. And I think I got some in his head. Can I get it out? That is the question. Yes, I can. That was the answer. Okay. Put the rest in the shell. As long as it's not in his fins and his head, I can fill the rest of it up with my other colors. I'm hoping for good things for this turtle, because I really love sea turtles. Okay, so that's good. We're done with that. I'm gonna let those sit there. And this is ready to come out. So hopefully, this turns out the way I wanted. It seems pretty even. That's okay. What's up, kids? Okay, so I'm sorry, I already started pouring. I'm not pouring it directly on the owl because I kind of don't want to dislodge that like butter. Kind of letting the resin find its way down. There, she covered. So, have you noticed? I didn't fill it up all the way. I want to say my measurements are wrong. I had written on here 150, but I don't believe it was 150. I believe it was 250. But I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I'm just going to let it be. And, it'll take some trimming at the end, but it'll come out. The front part is not going to be affected. It's just the back part. It's going to be a little bit thinner, or not as tall rather, but the capacity will be the same. It'll still be able to hold the same amount of stuff as the other trays that I made just like it. It'll just be shorter when you put it down on the table. I don't know. I was thinking about making up some more just because I want to finish off the turtles because I'm so curious what they're going to look like. Shoot that. Because it did go through the bubbler, but there are still bubbles coming out. Can you see it? Look, alcohol resistant bubbles. Yeah. Pop, please. Thank you. I'm not going down because I'm gonna hit the glass, but over the top, I'm just gonna run that. That is a micro brush, and it is just the fuzzy part got taken off. I love it. Multi-use tools. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna leave that. Oh, actually, you know what? I have some more right here. I will just fill it up. I will use that. Okay, it was black. You remember I split some clear off because I was going to make the glass. And I'm just going to start with my stick rather than using a mixer. Stir that up. And no, I'm not going to bother putting it back through the bubbler because this is just the back of it. I will, however, continue my bubble watch. That's a pretty good match right there. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better for my tray. I will go ahead and make up something for my turtles because I want to see them done. But I don't think I want to see it in black. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna bubble watch for a while. I'm gonna mix up some extra resin to take care of my turtles. I'm gonna take care of that off camera, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And we will see you back on demold. See you soon. We are back, and these are done. They are fresh out of the carrying box. So I'm gonna do the extras first. So if you remember, I took my purple glass and I put it in the shells of my turtles, the molds that I made, and I decided that I was going to use turquoise, which was Recollections turquoise from Michaels. So I used that as my color for my head and fins, and I had leftover, so I threw it in here. It was turquoise. And I put in the glitz because I had the glitz in the black on the other side and I really liked it. It shows all kinds of colors in it. So these are my extras. This one obviously has a lot of overpour, so it's going to need trimming. That wasn't too bad. I just kind of peeled it off with my finger. But it's still going to need to be trimmed. This is a very cute flower when it's, not needing to be trimmed. So if you see me go in like that, and then on the other side, and it pulls right off. Now, I could have tried to do this with the deburring tool, but it is very small, the area between the petals that needs to be trimmed. Very tiny. With this, I just go in 2 little nips and then pull it off and drop it in my extras cup. And there is our perfect little flower. She's pretty. Okay, so we have others. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Now, this is not the typical colors you would find on these types of flowers, but I still like it. I do. I don't know. Yeah. Now, this is a matte mold, so, the backside is actually, I really like the backside. It's prettier. But, oh, isn't that pretty? Wow. I like that. And if I want to shine these up, I can. I can simply either coat it with UV resin, or I could just, the next time I'm out there spraying something with my clear sealer, use my clear sealer on it. And there we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so I like those. That's good. Now the turtles. Let's start by peeling away the tail and the fins. And then I'm going to come up under her shell, his shell. Oh, no! I broke his head off. No! I broke his head off. Oh. I see what happened there, though. I did pop his head right off. Bummer. But it can be fixed. It absolutely can be fixed. See, it goes like this because she's looking up above the water. So I pull this, it's like paper thin, so I don't really need the nippers. Well, except that this goes pretty deep. Now I'm afraid to unmold the big one because maybe it's because it wasn't completely cooled down. That is a distinct possibility because I am impatient. Yeah. So Um, I'm gonna let her cool off a little bit before I try to glue the head back on. It's not gonna be easy either because, it's at an angle like this. So I'll have to brace it somehow. She is cute. I just wish I hadn't bopped her head off. What a bummer. You know what? I'm gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna come to the main event and come back to our big turtle because I don't want to break his head off too. Well, maybe it's mama and baby. Anyway, yes, it actually is mama and baby because the original, the master that I used to make this mold, the kid has the smaller one and I have the larger one. And she said it's because it's mama and baby. Not that she thinks she's my baby, but she will always be my baby for the rest of her life. I got some glass here, and I'm guessing it must have been covered in resin because it is stuck to the side of the mold. There we go. All right. I kind of cleaned that up. Okay, here we go. Loosen it up. Did you hear Pepsi come running in? Hi, baby. Did sister give you a treat? Is that a bacon? These pieces of resin that are like paper thin, they stick to your skin. But just as well, if you're wearing gloves, they'll stick to your gloves too. So, whatever. It's still kind of soft, but there's our owl. And I'd say that word. Kid, you want to come see our owl? Our mold has a blemish. If you look at the mold, it has, no, it's the, see right there, the scratch? It's now in the make.
Oh well, I think it looks cool though.
There is a way, I mean, if I poured a thin layer well, no, once it's cool, and I have to fill in that spot there where I guess a piece of glass fell out.
What happened to the turtle?
I decapitated her. But I can fix her. She fits right back together. I'm just waiting for her to cool down first, and then I'll see. She's not missing any pieces, so I can fix her.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's why I didn't go and take the mama turtle out right away, because I was like, I don't want to decapitate the mama too, because then that would be bad. Although it could be a family trait.
Decapitation?
Decapitation.
No.
Depends on what ocean they're swimming
Wait
in.
for it to go down. Wait for it to go down.
No, I think it's good now. Honest.
I don't trust it. I'm leaving.
Did you hear that, people? She doesn't trust me.
I trust you. I don't trust the resin to be solid. Goodbye.
There, look. There, it's out. It's out. All done. No trauma, drama, llama. And let go. There we go. See? I just got a little bit cleanup right there on the bottom, but her head is intact. What do you think of the color combination?
I like it.
The purple and the turquoise?
Uh-huh.
That worked.
Uh-huh. I'm still traumatized. Right?
Pepsi said, leave mom alone. He said, I am too. But he also said, leave mom alone.
I think it's up to interpretation.
I mean, maybe this was an artistic choice.
Decapitate.
Yeah, it's actually a comment.
It's like Dad with the lawnmower.
It's a comment of, I don't know, the fleetingness of life, or you know,
My funny comment that got lost in the
Dad with the lawnmower. You mean when he killed your turtle? Oh, it was a turtle too, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Was it the big one or was it the little one?
Killed the big one and the little one was homeless. For context, it was a statue.
Yes, we used to have statues in our yard when we had grass, and there was a there was a big frog reading a book on a lily pad, and there was a mama turtle and a baby turtle, and the hubster was mowing the lawn. And
He killed it.
okay, to be fair, the turtle had moved because she wasn't very heavy, so the turtle had moved into the grass because normally it was in a bed of rocks. It had moved into the grass. So when he hit it, the grass was pretty long. He didn't realize that it was there. It wasn't intentional. So if anything, it was turtle slaughter, not murder.
I'm gonna go get the dog a treat.
You didn't see her face, but she said the dog, as in, I'm not allowed to have treats because I'm that kind of person. I'm a bad person.
I don't think you want the
I don't want the bark and bacon. No. Okay, so Mama Turtle has a bit of cleanup, just like Baby Turtle did, right between her fins. I'm okay with that. That's all right. That comes from overpouring it. But at the same time, you can see where the resin shrunk here. So once it cools down, I'm going to have to go in with the deburr, or I'm going to have to fill in the concaveness that is the shrinkage. Oh, can you see it from the... See, I don't care if it looks like that on the bottom where you can see the overage. I wanted to see if I could see it from the top. And like right there, I can. So I'm just scraping it off with my craft knife. Now, our owl, like I said, for our owl, because there was a blemish on our mold, you can kind of see it right there. All I have to do is put a very thin coat of resin and you won't see that blemish anymore. And then here there's a missing spot. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that in with some UV resin. I'm going to use the bonding kit only because it works that much faster. This is the Istoyo one, and it comes with this light. I will drop some here. Stand it up. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I do know that I have a tendency to work off camera. It's insanity. I don't do it intentionally, but I work better closer to my body. So either I'm going to do it off camera or you're going to see the top of my head. So I just fill it in a little bit and then I'm going to go and do some more. I have to make sure it's where I want it. Otherwise, you're going to have a bump where you don't need a bump. Let's see. That's actually a pretty big size gap. Okay. Next cure. Since the gap was on the top and the side, which is how I know there's a piece of glass missing, I'm making sure to hit it both sides with the light. Okay. Yeah, that's that. So there our owl is. And before all is said and done, I will give it just a tiny little coat of clear to cover up that scratch mark, and then she'll be set and ready to go. And that is what we wanted for our autumn owl. I wish I had some little leaves that I could have put in there with her. I don't have any. I have flowers. I have tons of flowers, but I don't have any leaves. So there's something to think about. There is a little bit of trimming to do on the bottom because if you remember, it wasn't completely full. And it did, I added some to it, but didn't dome it. So with shrinkage, especially because I put it in my curing box, you get that. So all you do is you take your deburring tool, and I'm not trying to get in there too deep because you know what? It's going to tear. So I have to let that sit until tomorrow morning so that it firms up before I do it. And that is pro tip. You're going to use your deburring tool to clear. Sharpness. Wait about 12 hours overnight, or whichever comes first, but wait until they're completely hard to the touch. I'm going to go ahead and do my clear. I'll do it off camera, and she's cool enough. Let's see. My problem is that, okay, I was going to use E6000, but I think I'll go ahead and use the bonding kit. Now, if I had 5-minute epoxy, I would use that. I don't have any right now. Okay, so I'll put a little bit of resin in. I pop Miss Turtle's head on, and I hold it in place while I give her a blast of light. And she should be good after that. I should not have to do anything else. I could have put E6000 or B7000. The problem with that is then you have to sit there and wait until it dries. And it takes a good 20 minutes before it's, full on gonna stick. And because her head is at an angle, she needed to be, helped along. So luckily I was able to hold her down while the light did its job. And yeah, that's good. She's good to go. She's all done. Baby turtle fixed. Yay! Okay, so that is our autumn owl. I love her. I think the colors worked out really well. I liked doing that technique with the makeup sponge and the mica powder. And it's just, this is chameleon powder, so you can see the shift. If you, depending on how the light's hitting it, I hope you can see it. Like there, I see it's purple, but there it's more like brown and coppery. So yeah, I like that. I really do. There's lots of flash in it. Thank you so much for joining us here in the game room today. We will be back next week. I'm not sure what we're doing next week, but I know it's going to be autumny, and I know that we're going to endeavor to have fun. In the meantime, don't forget to play. See you next week. Bye.